Hey guys, YouTuber 100 here. Alright, now here I am with another live action movie based on a cartoon review. And now here I am with a review for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 The Secret of the Ooze. So if you saw my last review where I reviewed the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, I did say that just I hate all the Ninja Turtle movies. So that right there should tell you what kind of review this is gonna be. So I hate all the Ninja Turtle movies. Yeah, so of course I did not like this film at all. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I said before how my review for the first one wasn't very good. Yeah, and I just really didn't like it. And I think this one is even worse. Yeah, I mean just as these films went on, they get worse and worse. So this one turned out being even worse than the first one did. Yeah. And I mean, just like what I said about the first one, just there really isn't really I really don't feel that there's really enough material for the Ninja Turtles to really do a movie with, let alone three of them. Yeah, as far as this trilogy is concerned. Yeah. So yeah, this movie pretty much just it suffers from pretty basically the same problems that the first one did. There's just there's really not enough material for a full movie, and and the effects really are not good. I mean, the effects on this film are even worse than the first one. Yeah, and plus, like I said before, just the action, the fighting scenes, they're not interesting. They're boring. So this one basically pretty much does suffer the same problems that the first one did. But yeah, there's even a less payoff of everything in this film than there is in the first one. Yeah, this film just is even worse. So the premise of this film is that Shredder ends up returning because Shredder actually did survive the events of the previous film. Yeah, yeah, and it shows that like in this film there is some stuff that is explained about the chemical that did actually create the Ninja Turtles. So then in this film, a shredder ends up pretty much forcing a scientist to create more creatures with the serum. And basically Splinter's just using these monsters to try to get revenge on the turtles. And that's basically all there really is. Just he's unleashing these new creatures on the city, and the turtles pretty much just have to stop them, and then they fight Shredder, and that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is in the film. Like you do have like pretty much just the turtles just trying to just stop Shredder and these new creatures. That's pretty much all the story for this film really is. So this film does once again it does have the turtles, it does have Splinter, and like I said, I think they look even worse in this film than they did in the first one. They're just even more creepy. Yeah, and in this film, April O'Neil was recast. I'm not really sure why they did recast April O'Neil for the film, but that's something. The Shredder is back, and in the film do have some new characters like the scientist that Shredder forces to use this chemical on to create new creatures. Yeah, we also have this pizza delivery boy that kind of inside into things with the turtles, but he's pretty useless. And the film also does kind of have a cameo from Vanilla Ice and stuff, and the film basically just really just has some pretty useless new characters in the film, and like I said, this film really just does some from the same problems that the first film did. Just bad effects, boring fight scenes, and it really is just nothing, not really anything to really make a full movie on because there, like I said, there just really isn't enough material for the Ninja Turtles to really make a movie on. So like I said, the movie just really does suffer from the same problems that the first one did, only with worse payoff this time. So I just really don't know what to say. If I do say anything else about it, I'll probably just end up sounding like a broken record. And I just really don't know what to say. It just has very simple premise that I really do think just like really drags on, and it's silly, and it just is not interesting to watch. So yeah, so I guess I would just give this film probably, I don't know, uh 1.5 stars out of 4. All right, so yeah, so I really don't want to like just keep repeating myself and sound like a broken record. So yeah, I'll just go through the premise of this film. Yeah. So the film starts by showing that there's a young pizza delivery boy named Kino, and he during a pizza delivery he ends up inadvertently accounting burglars, and then he tries to stop them. But as they ambush him, it shows that Aquino is like a skilled martial artist, but then yeah, eventually then the turtles then arrive, and then they save Kino, and yeah, it turned out that they were the one who ordered the pizza he was delivering. Yeah, and it shows in this film how the turtles and Splinter are now living with April after like the events of the last film, with their lair being destroyed. Yeah, yeah, and then it shows how like the remains of the foot and Tatsu are now hiding in a junkyard, and then eventually uh, Shredder does a show up, and it shows that like he is disfigured after the defeat, and he is vowing revenge on the turtles. Yeah, yeah. Then April then like it was starting to like wanting to like make us like look into a story about um the tech global research industry. He Yeah, and then yeah, she was interviewing the Professor Jordan Perry about a possible toxic waste leak, but yeah, he was like telling her that everything was fine, but it's just, but yeah, the scientists like ended up like discovering that there are some data lines that were mutated by the leak. Yeah, so then yeah, but as like all this was happening, like one of the Foot spies who was posing as a April's cameraman discovered the or the data lines, and then reported to Shredder, and then yeah, then eventually then like that Splinter like revealed to April that the turtles. Well, yeah, and the turtles that the canister of the mutagen, which the turtles have dubbed Ooze was the stuff that mutated them 15 years prior, and it was actually created by the TGRI, the Techno Global Research Industry. Yeah. Then they decided to talk to Professor Perry about it, but then yeah, it showed them that the Foot ended up kidnapping Perry, and they were able to actually salvage the last canister of the Ooze, and then yeah, then the turtles like tried to fight the Foot to get the canister back, but they were unable to, and then yeah, eventually then Kino then like as he was delivering a pizza, he then discovered Splinter and the turtles. Then Shredder then forced Professor Perry to use the remaining ooze and test it out on a wolf and a snapping turtle, which ended up like mutating the two into two creatures named Toka and Razar. Yeah, then the turtles then were like starting to look for a new home, but then yeah, once again, like just like in the first movie, Raphael like broke off from the group after an argument with Leonardo, and then Michelangelo then eventually discovered an abandoned subway station, and then the turtles found that as a perfect hideout. Yeah, then it has a Uh, then Raphael and Kino then decide to just implant Kino into the Foot Clan to find their hideout. Yeah, but they eventually ended up getting caught. And as Raphael was able to, as Raphael was fighting the Foot soldiers, then he then just sent Kino to inform the others. Yeah, yeah, and then yeah, then when Kino then told the other turtles what was going on, the turtles then went to try to find Raphael, but then they ended up being ambushed by Shredder and other foot soldiers. Yeah, but yeah, Splinter ended up saving them. But and then when Toka and Razar appeared, Splinter then just ended up leaving. And then it showed how Taka and Razar were just too strong to feed. Then the turtles then eventually did find Professor Perry, and then they saved him and made a retreat. Yeah, and then once they arrived back in the hideout, Professor Perry told them that the creation of these was actually an accident, which ended up like disheartening the turtles because they saw like a higher purpose for their existence. Then eventually, then as just Toka and Razar were then just rampaging through a nearby neighborhood, but then a message that was then sent to April that Toka and Razar would be released in to Central Park if the turtles didn't meet the Foot Clan at a local construction site. Then Professor Perry then eventually ended up developing an antidote to the mutations of Toka and Razar. But rather than just them being exposed to it, this antidote actually needed to be ingested. Then the turtles brought the antidote to the construction site against the Foot, and then as they were trying to trick Toka and Razar with donuts to ingest the antidote, it was eventually discovered, and then they just attacked. And Raphael ended up getting like thrown into like a dance club where Vanilla Ice was performing. Then we had this whole ridiculous bit where as the foot soldiers along with Toka and Razar were still like trying to fight the turtles, we just had this like a ridiculous dance number with the turtles, which was just dumb. It was like go ninja, go, and just have the turtles dancing as they're fighting the foot soldiers along with Toka and Razar. It was just ridiculous. Yeah, then eventually, then the turtles were able to give the antidote to Toka and Razar, and then they were restored to their states. And then, as the turtles then were on a dock fighting Shredder, it was then shown how Shredder was now like Super Shredder after he ended up consuming the last of the ooze. As they were fighting, and then the dock ended up just collapsing and on Shredder and just ended up burying him. And with the turtles now victorious, and then during the press release, then April read a note from Professor Perry that thanked the turtles for their help, and then as they returned back to the lair with Splinter, then the turtles were just denying being seen by humans to Splinter, but then Splinter then revealed that he knew they did by holding up the newspaper paper which they were on front page of news, and then then it just ended with him ordering the turtles to do 10 flips, and that's how it ended. So as you can probably tell, there really is not really much to this film at all. It's just a very simple story with just them really just stop being Shredder and just restoring the creatures that Shredder used the ooze on to just cure them. And so that's basically all this film is really about. So not really a whole lot of material here. So I really feel that just due to how little this film does provide, there really was just really no reason for this film to really exist. So this film was just a pretty pointless sequel. So I don't know if they just thought that due to since the first film did pretty well financially, they just decided to make a sequel, but they just decided to do anything at all, even if there wasn't a lot of material. But it really doesn't deliver. So yeah, so so it really is not a very good film, and it's a pretty pointless film to have around, and there's just not really a whole lot to it. So I really cannot justify this film's existence. And like I said, I really do find it to be worse than the first film. So since I really didn't, and since I really wasn't that bright on the first film, that should probably tell you my thoughts on this film. So I just, even if you are a fan of the Ninja Turtles, just I don't recommend this film. This film just really has nothing to offer. So like I said, I give it 1.5 stars out of 4. All right, so I guess this is all I can really say about it. I know this was kind of a short review, but there really isn't a whole lot to say about the film. So I guess this is all I can really say about it. All right, so this is my review of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret of the Ooze, rather. Yeah. So yeah, so yeah, So yeah, so I hope you guys did enjoy what I had to say about the film. Yeah, and next up I'll be like completing this Ninja Turtles trilogy, and I'll review the third Ninja Turtles film coming up next. So yeah, so that's gonna be my next review. All right, but I hope you guys did enjoy this review. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.